Saddam Hussein received the key to the city of Detroit.
What?
Big facts. Saddam Hussein donated over $200,000 to a church there. America was good friends with him. He was all in America all the time.
Man, what's good with the collective? Y'all know we back with another banger, another reaction. I appreciate everybody who been tapping in, running up, and subbing up. If you new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7. This is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps Collective grow, helps Collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to the Collective again. Might be a trigger warning or 2. I hope not. If you watch it on your TV, whatever the case is, I wish it was smooth 7. J1 Pro, you the most commenting person, bro. You comment the most with 1,812 comments. Rachel Carrier got 1,460 comments. Jackie Isabella, you got 1,414. So I appreciate y'all. Y'all the top 3 people who y'all the top 3 most loyal supporters that I've seen with the comments. Quantum Healer, you've been in the comments. Shout out to you again, bro. You my guy since day 1. But also, I wanted to give a shout out to Anki IB. You've been going crazy in the comments. In the last 7 of them, you done came through 403 times. So I'm going to go ahead and be looking. Because I be looking. And I be counting. And I be tallying that up, bro. And I'm going to give y'all love. I'm going to give y'all flowers and y'all shout outs. Because I appreciate y'all for showing so much support to the channel. I want to make sure everybody got their post notifications on. I seen the comments. Y'all say y'all not receiving the notifications. And I'm not receiving notifications when y'all reply back to the comments. If y'all reply, I reply. And then when I'm waiting on another reply from y'all, it'll show me that y'all replying when I go diving looking. But if I'm not looking and I go to my app, it doesn't let me know. I'm not getting a notification. I don't know what's going on, but we need to stay connected. Appreciate y'all again. Y'all already know what it is. Let's get straight to the video, man. Let's go.
Today was a crazy news day. Here's everything you missed in under 90 seconds. First, the Trump administration ordered the incineration of 500 tons of food instead of giving it to the children in Afghanistan and Pakistan it was originally allotted for. A Florida Highway Patrol officer told a lawyer in Florida that they were stopping anyone that, quote, appeared Hispanic and handing them over to Customs and Border Patrol. Mike Johnson and other Republicans are breaking from Donald Trump on the Epstein files release, demanding that they be released in full. Republican Thomas Massie will be forcing a discharge petition to get a vote on this, while Republican Tim Burchett has invited Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's co-conspirator, serving 20 years in federal prison, to testify in front of Congress. According to The Wired, new metadata shows that the FBI's so-called raw surveillance footage of Epstein's prison cell shows that nearly 3 minutes were cut from one of the 2 stitched-together video clips released by the Justice Department. The Trump administration has limited the ability of individuals facing deportation to be released from ICE detention. The Trump administration is planning on developing a system to give ICE automated on-demand access to taxpayer data through the IRS. Pete Hegseth has ordered the withdrawal of 2,000 National Guardsmen from Los Angeles. Senate Republicans may soon pass a rescission bill codifying $9 billion in cuts from DOJ into law. That's just some of the news. Spread the word and follow along for more.
Real quick, I was watching Rusty Buckets. Shout out to Rusty Buckets. It's one of my favorite channels ever. He is going in on Stephen A. Smith, and I had watched a Stephen A. Smith clip about why he does not care about the Epstein list. He said he'd rather party, he'd rather turn up, he got stuff to do, he got a life. And Rusty Buckets had kind of went down a percentage of, there's a bunch of people out here who don't care about the Epstein list. Meaning, if there's certain people making laws, controlling that, making real power moves to push us further as a culture, as a country, and they controlling certain things, but they be out here wilding out on children, bro. And this dude said he didn't care about that. I wonder who pays this man. I wonder who pays this man, bro, to have him keep his mouth closed on shit like that. But shout out to Rusty Buckets, man. I'm glad he put that out there, because that wasn't even where the video was supposed to go, and he took it there, and he was going in. I appreciate everything he said, and I commented on it too, and I was like, hey, well said, bro. Well said.
All right, y'all, we have some breaking news, and it is creepy AF. So a lot of y'all are familiar with this. The Annabelle doll. The same doll that's been on a cross-country tour. The same doll that was in Louisiana at the time that inmates broke out of jail, like 10 of them, and that a plantation caught on fire. The same Annabelle doll that the original handler said should never leave its home, should never be out of this specially made case, right? And jump scare warning, the same Annabelle that this movie was based on. Well, this man right here is 54-year-old Dan Rivera, and he is the current handler of it. He just dropped dead completely unexpectedly of completely unknown causes. Now, this happened when he stopped over in Gettysburg during his Devils on the Run tour. He apparently had the doll with him, at least that's what reports are saying. And then calls came in that something was going on. He was given CPR and just didn't make it. He seemed otherwise completely healthy. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know whether or not I believe in a possessed doll or not, but I can tell you this, there is no way in hell I would get anywhere near that doll. With all that said, drop your thoughts about this in the comments. Do you believe in stuff like this? What do you think happened to him? And as always, make sure to hit that follow button if you don't already.
Damn. Sad prayers.
We've got some major breaking news out of Area 51. A massive fire has broken out inside the base, and we're seeing it live on camera. Late last night, allegedly July 15th, plumes of smoke were spotted rising from within the boundaries of Area 51 in Groom Lake, Nevada. Get this, there's a 24/7 live stream camera set up just outside the perimeter on private property of the back gate entrance near Rachel, Nevada, and they're currently broadcasting the blaze in real time. I'll include their links below so that you can check it out. What we do know is that there is clearly a massive fire. As you can see in the giant plume of smoke, you can also see the wind blowing if you look at the trees, which is definitely not helpful in these types of situations. What we don't know is exactly what's burning inside Area 51. We don't have information on whether any structures are directly affected at this time. Was it a military training gone bad, an accident, or was it something else? Some people of course, are speculating everything from Black Project labs that have blown up to alien tech. But it very well could be dry brush burning on the outside of the perimeter as well. But I'm watching the feed and I'm digging into updates. Follow if you want the latest as this unfolds. This is crazy. Let me know. What do you think is burning in there?
A phenomenon appears in Fort Myers beach resorts. Some people think that that's a submarine, and others think that's just fish. And I'm gonna tell you this, there is no way that's a submarine right there, very close to the shore. And do you think that's a fish? I don't think so. I think that's an alien right there. And there's no way that's a shadow from the clouds either. Look at the shape, it's changing. Share your thoughts, JSM here.
What is a skinwalker?
A skinwalker is a shape-shifting demonic entity. It's essentially a Native American witch or warlock that sells their soul in exchange for immortality, the ability to take on the skin or shape-shift, oftentimes in the form of a wolf, a dire wolf, or a werewolf-like creature, but they can also take on the shape of other animals as well. It's a topic that I found the Native American community likes to stay away from. They don't like to discuss it. To even say the name Skinwalker is negative.
I get that. But like, I also feel like that's kind of vibrating on the fear state. Man, I can't say the words I really want to say I would use on a regular, but man, forget all that, bro. I'm going to say the word and that shit ain't going to touch me. Straight up. Bro, I'm speaking positive and I believe my God protects me, bro. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts.
Ma'am? Ma'am, this is a public street. Ma'am, you can't do that here. Ma'am.
Yeah, bro was out of there.
The original video, which was shot on a Navajo reservation, they say that they might be skinwalkers. If you go to the original video and you look at the comments, they put up a longer video as a reply to somebody. I always get really confused as to what to do at times like this because the skeptic in me thinks it might have been children. Kids are small and they run around, so I employ Occam's razor at this point. Occam's razor basically says that the simplest explanation is usually the most correct. So I always look for the simplest, most elegant explanation, and so far it seems like the most elegant is that these are just kids running around. Now, if I'm given more receipts and more receipts, there will be a point where it's clunky to try to explain it away. And it would be more elegant to say, yes, based on all these receipts, they were skinwalkers. But right now, I err on skepticism.
I'll be honest. The thing that makes it so hard for me, the thing that makes it so hard to find peace amongst humans, and I really mean this. I'm trying to find the best way to say it. Is that way of thinking. I'ma just go with the simplest way. And I just watched the video last night. And it was like people take the easy way or the easy route of thinking, or they take the easy, it's easier to not care. Matter of fact, I was watching Rusty Buckets and he said this too. He said, bro, it's almost like people rather not care because it's too emotionally draining to think about the hard shit or think about the non-simple things. And that's where it's like where she's like, I'ma just go with the simple thing first. Maybe it's kids running. Man, when you ever seen a kid run that damn fast? Really? Be real with yourself. It's like because we really don't want to believe what the hell the eyes are seeing. And the more, and that's in a way of like being closed-minded.
I'm crazy. Tell me I'm crazy. Tell me I'm crazy. Look at that.
The hell? What is that?
It starts with silence. Then you hear footsteps that aren't yours. Hikers who went in alone faced something they couldn't explain. Some never came back. This is why you should never hike alone. On July 7th, 2014, deep in the Uwharrie National Forest, hunter Michael Green set up his thermal camera. He had done it many times before, hoping to catch animals on film. But that night, he noticed something that should not have been there. In the middle of the night, the camera picked up movement. A large, glowing figure moved between the trees. Its heat stood out bright against the cold forest. But something was wrong. The creature didn't move like a man or an animal. It moved slowly, almost like it knew it was being watched.
What y'all think that was? Humanoid or not?
Look at another brand new video. This one was just posted on April 23rd, 2025, and is very mysterious. The video seems to show a group of men capturing and carrying unidentified creatures through a field. Here's the footage. The supposed creatures look extraterrestrial-like. They're pale, skinny, and have abnormally large heads. We see one man running with one on his back, and 3 other men attempting to carry another one. After watching this clip, it reminded me of another one I covered a few months ago. So here's that one too. According to newer sources, this one comes from Libya, when farmers encountered these creatures while working in the fields at night. The farmers listed that they weren't aggressive, but their behavior was frightening. They seemed to be territorial, guarding their spots, not letting people go past. Some think these supposed creatures could be a lost tribe, hiding out in caves and forests in the remote area. But others think these are aliens, extraterrestrial creatures from another planet that found their way to Earth. According to The Sun UK, a news source, in 2024, Libya has seen a rise in supernatural phenomena. A Boeing 747 pilot captain named Raoud van Pangermannen had various run-ins with mysterious bright light orbs during flights, particularly at night. So maybe the recent increase in UAP sightings have something to do with these creatures that were just found? Or maybe there's no connection at all, and they're just some kind of unidentified humanoid creatures roaming about in Earth's remote regions.
So I'll be honest with y'all, we saw 2 clips. There was a clip early on in this video that I had to take out, and it looked fake. And it looks like somebody wearing a suit, and it was 2 men in another country, like, with humanoid figures like that. That last clip, I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe Lost Tribe, but then again, sometimes you catch clips of people and know, I don't know. Y'all let me know. I'm leaning towards a little bit more so fake.
A UFO video that you should not ignore. Shout out to Big Homie Wolf 757 up there in Newport News, Virginia. He and his friend got terrific video of what looks like 3 dozen UFOs just coming up out of the James River. Check it out.
They just keep coming. Coming out the water. What the fuck is that? Yo. Oh, what the fuck is that? I got it on camera. Oh my god, yo. What the fuck? I got it on camera. Yo. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god, they just keep coming. What is that? What the fuck is that?
Now that is how we want to go about getting the video of these unusual things when we see them. First of all, guys, they told us where they were. They managed to keep their head, okay? It was pretty exciting, but they kept their head and they kept on shooting, kept on narrating what was happening. And they even had witnesses. Somebody pulled over and watched this with them. They kept the conversation going the whole time. And this is how we're gonna have to do things. We already know .gov is not gonna help us with this. So we're gonna have to do the recording, the logging, the cataloging. We're gonna have to do all of that ourselves if we're gonna understand anything about what's going on here. I've got a feeling something big is about to happen. And if that's true, we're gonna have to pay attention and take note. What do you think? Let me know in the comments.
Something big, I'ma say it, man. That shit about to be Project Bluebeam, bro.
Okay, what the is going on? Like, can we predict the weather or not? Big, cause ain't no way this shit coming through the south like this, bro. That bit breaking and entering. The going on? Right now they saying it's gonna turn into a tropical depression, bro. Mother Nature cooking something. It's getting real fishy. And it's smelling like trouble, bro. Y'all better stay tuned. Don't wait till the wind hit. Y'all know how I get out here in Texas. Do not wait, cause they already gave that bitch a name. That's Dexter, bro. That's Dexter's laboratory, bro. Bro, whether it spins or not, bro, plans is canceled through the whole week. Don't bring y'all ass out here, cause we are in a tropical depression, bro. We is. and that thing can go one of each which way, from red to green, most likely to least likely. But if you in the green, you might be safe. But that bitch coming with repercussions still. Y'all look out now.
Prayers to anybody affected, man. I'm gonna be honest, every time we see a metallic sphere, I think it's not extraterrestrial. It's me personally. Maybe I'm wrong though. Maybe I'm wrong. And I'm quick to say if I'm wrong or right, but let me know y'all thoughts, man. I don't think it's extraterrestrial when I see the metallic ones. I something in my spirit just be like, bro, that's the GOV playing. That's them people playing, bro.
This island has one of the most disturbing histories in America, and no one really knows the full truth behind it. So like I said before, this island was owned by multi-millionaire Francis Sheldon, pictured right here. And Francis and a number of other local men from Michigan, including this guy, Gerald S. Richards, ran a boys' camp on the island. They would fly kids to the island on this airstrip, kids from the YMCA and other schools and communities in the area. And both the children and the parents of the children who attended this boys' camp were told that this was an island of fun where kids could relax. They had big brothers there. It was going to be totally safe. And this camp ran on this island for a period of years. Then one day, some of the kids who attended the camp began to tell their parents that the counselors or the teachers, the adults that were there on the island, had behaved with them in very, very inappropriate ways. They began telling their friends and parents that they were taken into these cabins pictured here on the island. They were assaulted. They were told to remove all of their clothing and that there were cameras all over the place. Well, it turns out that this guy, the multi-millionaire with political and business connections in the area, Francis Sheldon, was running a massive CP ring. And they had been abusing the children on this island under the guise of bringing them to a boys' camp for years, recording all of it, selling it across the world. And some of the more affluent clients of their business were even allowed to take trips to the island themselves to see some of these young boys.
Hey, y'all remember that? Y'all remember that story? You know the sad part about that is I do sometimes come around, I'll see certain, and then the thing is, if he's selling it around the world, who is he selling it to? Man, and that's the part where it's like some people, like, we honestly, this shit's still going on. We should not be able to rest at night sometimes, bro, with some of this shit that we read, come across in here. And just let alone know, bro. And sometimes I get comments of people asking me, why are we showing clips like this? Because this shit still goes on, bro. Just because they got one, don't mean that there's not 50 billion other ones out there. I might be exaggerating a little bit, but I don't mean there's not 500 more of them. You get one, so what, bro? That's one to the million other ones that's out here. Who's to say the one that you got wasn't the one they just gave you? And they didn't want to give you the most important ones, or the head of the snake. I don't know, bro. This shit crazy. They just kids, and these people is just doing the most. And some people say this ain't hell. Yeah, right.
Now, this is very peculiar, okay? Now, we know that they utilize a lot of sun simulators, all right? For those that don't know, they have a sun simulator patent, all right? China was one of the first to patent a sun simulator, all right? So they do have duplicates. But one thing it's also important to know is that there's extraterrestrial biological entities that do operate ships that actually look like this, pretty much plasma energy ships, such as Red Kachino or Nibiru, all right? Some call it a planet, but it's also a ship that has the ability of harboring an ecosystem, all right? And in some of Dr. York's publications, Freedom Master Teacher, Dr. Malachi Z. York, he may mention that there's several Nibirus, all right? And that the Anunnaki actually have several ships that pretty much are like this, you know, pretty much like, look like personifications of the sun in essence, all right? So here's the thing, you know, it says 7 suns appear in the sky in China, but experts say it was merely an optical illusion. Here's the thing. Now, with us having so many different shifts and us shifting through many different dimensions, this could be one or two things. This could be simulators that they're testing. It could be different anomalies with you know, these extraterrestrial biological entities flying these types of ships. Or it could be a situation where the CGI, the computer generated imagery that they actually utilize, because everything in our atmosphere is actually computer generated imagery. We don't really see the real skies. We don't see the real moon. We don't see the real stars. All right. And what if it was a glitch in their computer generated imagery, and for a minute, the real signs or the real reality actually was shown? You know what I'm saying? There's several theories, but I do know that the truth is stranger than fiction, and a lot more will be revealed as we ascend and as we continue to ascend and go towards solar cycle 25. As these solar flares continue to ramp up and hit the planet, more of us are gaining additional access to the light photon spectrum and remembering a lot more of who we truly are.
Look, I'ma just tell y'all directly. Sometimes my shit gets shadow banned, bro. Sometimes I can't post certain shit that's already out here on the internet. Sometimes I can't do certain shit that's already on the internet. And I've been sitting back for a long time. And it's not even necessarily about transitioning into a Patreon where I can do what I want. It's more so just this is how it's always been my whole life. I can't do certain shit that some other people can do. I can't say certain shit that some other people can say. My point with that is, I'm going to just go ahead and go all the way in with it. Because there's times I be having talks with my family and I be telling them shit and they be like, bro, don't say that. Because that everything, a lot of the shit that you be saying be coming to like reality. So don't say that, bro. I'm going to bring that shit up. I'm going to bring it up right now. He talked about an illusion in the sky, right? So me and my mom was talking. And she sees some of the comments sometimes. And she's like, why people who believe it's a globe like be so disrespectful towards you in the comment section? And she'd be ready to pop back, but I'd be like, Ma, don't even waste your time. Don't even go there. People gonna have their perception. Either they right or they wrong. That's for God to control. Me, I'ma just pass along what I think the information is or what I believe the information is. As long as I know it came from my heart and it's not negative, I'ma pass it. And those who catch it, catch it. Those who don't. My thing with the sky is when people say that they saw planets, stars, things like that, I don't really give it no energy of being like disagreeing, because like if we just opened our mind up for a second, think about Hunger Games. Did they not holographically change the sky? So what if they tell you something, holographically change the sky, show you that in the movie to let you know that's what they're doing, and then turn around and when you look through your telescope, you see that? Would that or would it not change your perception? Would it or would it not change your reality? Would it or would it not make you believe in something that they want you to believe in? They're not just going to tell you a lie and then you look up and it's, come on, bro. It's not how it works. You got to really look and think sometimes. But that's one. Two, what about these floods? I noticed that in the middle of nowhere, sometimes there's parts of the city that they digging up shit, and it's just a whole lot of dirt, and it's just they digging like a it's almost like they're searching for something, but it's just in the middle of nowhere. Do y'all think that they know that there's water? It's an abundance of water on this planet. You think that they know that if they hit the right spot at the right place on certain areas, the water gonna come up? And they already got bunkers and shit like that in underground cities, so they know how the water works. So what if they flooding us out from that? Again, there's a lot of shit that I just don't say because we're not ready for it, or I can't say it.
I said it 5 years ago, like, this is all, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's all streaming farms, it's all fake Spotify numbers, all that shit is fake. Like,
that's what I'm saying, though. So I was making, like, a parallel to streaming. So if you're an artist right now, if you're not botting, you probably losing. You gotta bot. Like, yo, if the whole game is bot.
Labels bot you to, like, so let's talk about Ice Spice, right? Yeah. Like, cause we part of the same label, so I can't give no other example. Labels will pay you to keep your what is it called,
your crowd or
your social appearance to the public. Like, yo, look,
at one point Ice was lit. Yeah, like, yo, she was getting more likes than like Nicki Minaj on the gram.
That's what you need a label for. They push you in front of the masses.
All these events that are going on right now, you know, and I know that people won't like what I'm going to say because there's a lot of religious Christians out there that do not like to hear this, because I know I used to be in the church when I was little. I know how it is. You get a bit stubborn. You think your way is the only way. Your way is the highway. And that's okay. I'm not saying for everyone, but a lot of Christians out there, it's just one way. They can't look another way. But with all these events that are going on, a lot of Christians out there are saying the rapture, it's signs of Jesus coming back. Jesus would have already got his ass back here a long time ago if that was the case. With all these events, 9/11, like, do you not think, like, the Holocaust, like, come on, you got to think about it. Just because you're seeing these events play out, Jesus is not coming back, bro. It's the biggest trick that is being played in this matrix, because they know religious people will stay in their box and just wait for a savior to come out the clouds and enter this matrix and save them and take them to the pearly gates of heaven. It's not going to happen, bro. It isn't. You don't believe in aliens, but you believe in a guy in sandals coming out the sky to save you? Do you see what I mean? Just me saying that should give you another way of looking at things that go on in this world. Understand and overstand that heaven is a state of mind. Hell is a state of mind. We are pretty much in hell right now because we are in the third dimension. We're in a very low density dimension. So you could kind of call this what we're living in hell, because the inorganic ones have locked us down in a 3D simulation matrix. That is a hell. So there's no heaven and hell and if you sin, you're going to hell. That is a trick. It's all a trick on just everything, bro. Everything. What you need to do right now is save yourself. Christ consciousness. Yourself. So many things in the Bible is just incorrect. It's just absolutely incorrect. And a lot of Christians actually do know this. A lot of Christians don't even pay attention to the Bible. But, you know, they took books out, they took chapters out of the Bible that were actually holding the truth. The book of Enoch, that's the only chapter that you should be really focusing on. But they took it out of the Bible because the Bible is man-made. So they can control everyone, especially religious people, for these times that we're in now. Because they think, oh, this event will get the Christians. They'll think Jesus is coming back. So you're focusing on something outside of yourself. That is what they're trying to do to you. And I'm trying to help you. I get passionate about this because I grew up in the church, but they couldn't fool me when I was a kid, bro. I knew it was bullshit. You know what I mean? You came here to save yourself. So stop focusing on stuff outside of yourself and saying the rapture, Jesus, it's a sign of Jesus coming back. He would have already been back, bro. Think about it, okay? It's time to save yourself. Focus on yourself.
Have hail. It's 47 degrees out. Just down there past those silos, it was 85 degrees. We got hail fog because the ground is so cold. And lightning and a supercellular thunderstorm. Look at this, guys. This is crazy.
This shit crazy.
Everybody it's Angel Dust. So of course, Republicans are now doubling down on not showing the Epstein list. Trump had some really good ideas that I was putting a lot of money into. We probably gave him $10 million from our family for this election. Now, we also contributed to the other side, because that's what we do. We play both sides. However, that list was a priority for my family and for me. Those people that Epstein was operating for are still operating. If you think they stopped doing what they are doing because Epstein got arrested or Maxwell got arrested, they're still doing it. So this government is currently harboring the worst kind of people in the world after telling us over and over and over again that they were going to go after them and that they were going to make the list available to the public. I won't even hear them say that it doesn't exist because they referenced it so many times. Do not let this die. Do not let them psyop you out of your position. If you firmly believe that this list must be made public, fight for it. Do not give up. These are the worst people in the world that the government is protecting. It is absolutely beyond any other thing. We demand that this list is made public. Quit lying and make the list public. You scumbags. Peace, blessings, and release the list.
Okay, so I have seen quite a few people who want that list. Whether you were blue or whether you were red, I think the blue was, I think, you know, Biden, he done his bullshit. He did his bullshit. He did a lot. Shit that people don't talk about. giving. What do you give to Israel? What do you give to Israel? And I think they. But again, how y'all feel about this list? Because I know a lot of people, they will blame Biden for it. Blame Biden, yes, get on his ass. But what about what he said? He said his family plays both sides. I think there's multiple families that play both sides. Hell, where you think they got the idea from? It's profitable to do that. You get two people going at each other, that leave you with more resources, more money, more information. Because you got two people, two individuals or two parties or two colors or two whatever fighting with each other. How y'all feel? Notice he didn't say Epstein was no longer. He said arrested. Man, again, if anybody think that man gone, he ain't gone. He ain't gone, bruh. They was all friends. Come on, if my homie was doing some wild shit and I had the power to let him walk without taking his life or without letting him sit behind bars, but he could just get out of the public's eye, I'll let him sit, bro. I'll let him sit if that's my homie. Everybody know if your friend doing some wild shit and you really down for your homie, you gonna let him go sit. What y'all thoughts, though?
That Nikola Tesla would be rolling in his grave if he saw what was going on with his name put on an electric car that doesn't use even one inkling of the technology and the patents and the creations that he made. When someone comes and says that they want to make brain implantable microchips, self-driving cars, 5G satellites, or maybe not 5G, but the whole satellite grid system, to me that is a complete wolf in sheep's clothing.
So I said the world ended in 1999.
I was watching that, man. You got me down that path. Okay, break it down.
I think the world ended in 1999. Now, what did Prince say? He had a song called what? Party Like It's 1999. Prince is a very smart guy. Now, what happened after that? Okay, they're saying Y2K, everything shut down. They said it didn't happen, right? But here's the thing.
They kept saying computers were going to reset and all that shit.
Computers are going to reset, so on and so forth. But why 1999? So if you look at every decade before that, it had a very distinctive look, sound, feel, fashion, everything. Music, movies. You're like, oh, that's the 60s for sure. Right. The 60s was wildly different from the 70s, and the 70s from the 80s, and so on and so forth.
Right.
Can you pinpoint anything after that?
After what?
After 2000? After 99? Think about it. What's the fashion of 2010?
Okay, so what you're saying is that we can't see the era change.
There's no era change. Everything kind of blended after that, right?
That's a fact.
Definitely feels like it.
Like, how do you pinpoint the 2010s from the 20s? Or we can't. There's no pinpoint. So we're saying, oh, that's 2010.
Only thing I can think of is white tees and throwback jerseys.
Yeah, people clothes was bigger. We went from Nintendo 64 to Xbox and stuff like that.
But that's technology.
That's technology. But here's the thing. So we had a technology stride, but culturally, there's nothing that really happened. But it's just a remix of everything else, right? It's kind of like you had the small clothes and baggy clothes, then we went to this rock star era, then we went to this.
People back in baggy clothes now,
right? So there's no.
I feel like I'm outdated.
on the gas.
But I feel like maybe the world did, and maybe we're in some type of tangent timeline that kind of meshed, and now we're in a space where maybe we're not supposed to be in. Right?
Highly capable. Highly capable. But I with all due respect, I would probably have to disagree, just because out here in Cali, bro, times changed. We feel that change. It's in SAC mainly. Y'all know, like I know, Northern California, did we change like the way we dress? We went from, man, who used to have the ski mask beanies, and y'all know what we use the ski mask for. The ski mask beanies, and we used to flip them a certain way. the way we dress, the jabos, the Vans, the whole van movement, bro. Like, I know the whole world probably rock Vans, but like when the pack dropped Vans, bro, that shit had California, Northern California going crazy. Hyphy movements, bro. Come on, like we had eras out here. So I can't speak of nowhere else, but I know here we had eras. What about y'all? Can y'all speak for y'all city and state? Y'all town, y'all country, can y'all speak for it? For me, I'm gonna just go ahead and say, like, I do think it kind of meshed, like, worldwide. But in different parts of the world, we had our own little vibe. I don't feel like it's a different reality, though. I feel like people have just changed. Maybe they filled up the world with more NPCs, fake-ass people, like clones, y'all know, shit like that. But I'm not going to go ahead and say, like, 99 was the last real year. I'm not going to say that, but y'all let me know. Because 01 was hard. 01 was the shit. Who remember, man, 2001 Chronic album, bro? Who remember Dre in 2001? Like, bro, the 2000s was the shit. Some of the 2000s was the shit, bro. To me, up until, like, 2004, that's when the shit kind of slowed down. But 2000s, the early 2000s, it was the shit. 90s is above its... I'm a 90s baby, but 90s was above it was it. 90s was it for me. You can disagree, but y'all let me know y'all thoughts. Y'all agree with this clip or no?
There are underground tunnels that are under the schools, elementary, junior, and high schools all over the place. They exist everywhere.
You've been in?
I'm sorry?
You've seen
yes.
Been in maze?
Yes.
Where do
yes,
they
they lead to amusement parks, they lead to hospitals, cemeteries, schools, celebrity homes, psychic shops. They lead everywhere.
You mentioned in one of your previous interviews that it's like a whole other world down there. Can you describe it? What happens down there?
Yes, there's every means of transportation. There's every walk of life. There's cities. There's different air supply.
Underneath the Great Pyramid's got an incredible complex the size of New York City. One of the actual live stargates, aurora borealis colors that come out of the ground that scares the hell out of them. They also found something called the Visitor, which is also very scary for them. There's a large 9-foot being, very mysterious, and they found all sorts of classified and ancient technologies that would unlock the pineal gland. But these technologies that have been there, they've been suppressed for a long time. Everybody on this planet deserves to know.
Everybody on this planet.
I really do not like Hollywood. It is not for me. The business really scares me. I understand that I'm a part of that business and I enjoy my kind of interactions with it. But that said, I am always looking for ways to kind of remove myself from it, to kind of just live as normal a life as possible. It has been an ongoing thought, which is don't lose yourself. I've seen so many people come before me and lose themselves. And I've had friends that I've grown up with that aren't friends of mine anymore because they've lost themselves to this business. And I just am really, really keen to focus on what makes me happy, which is my family, it's my friends, it's my carpentry, my golf, the charity that my mum runs. Like, that is the stuff that makes me really happy. And that's the stuff that I should protect.
I seen some of y'all comments as far as like the music, because a lot of y'all know, like, way before this YouTube shit, I was an artist way before this. I'm gonna continue to be an artist after this YouTube shit. Like, I'm gonna be a creator past this YouTube shit. So I create music, I create clothes, I create videos, I put together compilation videos, I react to these, like, whatever the case is. I promise y'all, collective, that is one of the hardest things to do, is keep yourself. Especially when you're doing a lot of different things. Now, a typical person who just does YouTube, who just reacts to these videos, that shit probably easy to keep yourself normal. When you battling this music shit, when you getting... Because I done got DMs from some shit. Like, I done got some DMs asking me to... do some crazy shit, you know? And it'd be like, shout out to my brother JJ, man. He told me, find your peace and stay there. You watching this right now, bro. I'm gonna find my peace and I'm gonna stay there. When I transition into something different, when I transition into the next phase, collective, I promise I will keep myself. I won't sell it. Promise.
Sir, look at the plate.
Sir, we know what it is. Trust me. We know it's legal.
It's not legal. There's nothing legal about that plate.
What's it legal out of?
Why?
Okay, why is it not legal?
It needs to be registered to
No,
a
come on, man.
state.
Look, could I just please?
And every state has an expiration.
It's registered to a government.
Not the United States.
It don't have. That's not the only government.
That's not the government in here.
Okay.
You ever heard of the
United States
Cherokee
over
government? You ever heard of the Choctaw government?
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you.
We are in America. You travel outside this country, they don't even call it the United States. They call it the States. We don't realize that we're the only ones, meaning people in America, who see America like she portrays herself to be. Everybody outside this country knows the truth. You come and people bomb this, your my mama, your kid, your daughter, and you calling us. I was in my house eating food. I was in my house praying. And you come and just, for no reason, you say, oh, you the Osama bin Laden was working with the CIA, the United States government, because the United States government wanted to get the Russians or the Soviet Union out of Afghanistan. And then they demonized him as if he was when America helped to create him. Same thing with ISIS. You can go down the list of this stuff. Saddam Hussein was also a very good friend of the Bush family. Saddam Hussein received the key to the city of Detroit.
What?
Big facts. Saddam Hussein donated over $200,000 to a church there. America was good friends with him. He was all in America all the time.
I never knew that. The keys to Detroit? Detroit, did y'all know this?
This next video that I'm going to share with you is of the alleged storm that took place in Texas. The video was captured via a helicopter flying overhead. The helicopter captured lightning, rain, and the cloud formation. But then what happened next is completely crazy. Fire began to rain down from the clouds. You heard what I said. Fire began to rain down from the clouds. As a matter of fact, take a look at this video. Take a look at this. Watch the cloud formation on top right there where the light is. Look at that. That is incredibly crazy to explain. Literally fire falling from the sky. This video has since gone viral on social media, with many saying it's AI generated. Gronk was asked, ChatGPT was asked, and their response was, it's real. Now, I can't confirm whether this is real or not. I wasn't there. But if you were in the Texas area, did you happen to catch this during the thunderstorms over Texas? Let me know your thoughts in the comments whether this is AI generated or it's real. And as always, I'd love to hear from you.
Ain't like we ain't seen it come from the sky before. Y'all know them beams they was shooting down. y'all know the beams they was shooting down in Hawaii. If you don't have a blue roof, I mean, the damn fire coming. I don't know. Is it a correlation there, or do y'all think it was something different?
Can you do a tarot card reading for me?
Oh my god, I wish I brought them.
Yeah, what is that? What are you just walking around set looking to do readings
Every day. No, they come to me.
Oh, interesting.
They come to me.
You are a witch?
I am, indeed. The witchiest witch.
She wasn't playing.
There's a whole African tribe at war with mermaids. Watch
So the
this.
tribe is called the Rele tribe, or some might call them the Mercy people that live in Ethiopia. Members of this tribe have talked about how basically everyone is terrified of these mermaids. Yes, like real life mermaids. These people don't think that these are mythical creatures. These are real life things that's really going on over there. And they discussed how basically they are afraid that they might make the mermaids angry and the mermaids might take their family. Because you gotta think, when the people are going to the river to wash clothes or to wash themselves and to get drinking water and stuff like that, they have to go to these rivers, and they're terrified that the mermaids will get them and take their family underneath with them.
They're definitely scared
And
of
something that was
something.
very interesting that I watched on the interview, and I'm gonna tag the person below that showed the interview on here. They discuss how they only take the navel, so the belly button, and the tongue. So I don't know what that symbolizes, but basically if you see a body out there and it's missing a tongue and a navel, they know that the mermaids got a hold of them. But yeah, they talk about how they try to stay away from them and how they just really are like terrified of these creatures, and that they're not like Ariel and the mermaids that we know and love. And I just find it so crazy how there's always different variations to these creatures. But yeah, to them, these creatures is nothing mythical, sweet, and pretty. They are terrified.
This is the first I've ever heard of anything like this, but it's super interesting. As always, thank you for watching. Stay weird.
Why would they need the tongue and the belly button, like the navel? Why would they need that? I mean, we heard stories of them going to war with them out there in an African tribe, but we never heard the navel and the tongue, bro. Sheesh. That shit probably a crazy sight to even see.
They just found this man's body in a hotel right after he moved the Annabelle doll. Paranormal investigator at the age of 54 after touring the famous Annabelle doll. So you mean to tell me he at the age of 54? 5 plus 4 is 9. There go that 9 again. Some people call her Annabelle. Some people call her Raggedy Ann. Is this paranormal activity really true? Is there really a demon inside of this doll? Well, I guess he found out the hard way. What they call paranormal activity is just everyday life for spiritual people, because we see jinns, demons, ghosts, and aliens all the time. So it's not paranormal activity, it's really our reality. But for the people that don't understand this story, I'm about to break it down to you. In 1970, a mother purchased a Raggedy Ann doll and gave it to her daughter. But when she got it, the doll started doing some weird shit. The doll started moving by herself. They would put the doll on the couch. She would end up under the bed. But the doll wasn't just moving. It was actually writing shit down. Yes, the doll can actually write. So the real question is, if this doll can write, what was she writing and why was she writing? Did she have a message? Y'all call it paranormal activity. I call it everyday life for woke people. But this story is about to get a little dark and a little deep. Stay with me. What if I told you that elites have a voodoo doll of all of us somewhere hidden away? Anytime they want something done, they just stick it or chop your hair off. You ever get sick out of nowhere? Your stomach hurt, your head hurt, your body hurt, you just feel really tired? That shit is not happening for no reason. The elites stole our placenta and they are using dark magic on it. They are poking at it. So when you hear stories like this, it's really true. And the sad part is, we are the dolls. They are using dark magic on us because they put a spell on the dollars we use. Annabelle doll. I have a question. How do you think the elites took over this world? They put the magic spells on the money that they use or that we use. That's why when you look at the word dollar, D-O-L-L-A-R, look at the first 4 letters, D-O-L-L, a doll. That's because American money is dead and they put a doll in the center of it. These are dolls right here. Not only that, they give us the dolls so we can buy material possessions, not realizing that shit will possess us. Shit, I even heard a story of a man killing his mom for money. But it's not really about the money. It's about the shit people do to get the money. Money is not bad. It is actually good. We need this money. The elites put a spell on us with this money, but you gotta learn how to reverse it. If you want to know about money magic and how to reverse the spells, check out the ebook.
Remember, man, money is energy. Money is energy, man. Either you can give your energy for the right reason or give your energy for the wrong reason. And sometimes you don't have to, we don't need to chase it. We don't need to chase money. We need to align with it. Align with it. Don't chase your dreams. Don't chase your goals. Align with them. Align with them and you will be able to manifest it faster. Money ain't a bad thing. To me, it's not. It's how you do it. It's how you use it. It's how you get it. And sometimes it's the individual who's receiving money, not necessarily the money. Sometimes some people already have that greed mentality, that gimme, gimme, gimme. So when they get the money, they gonna stay gimme, gimme, gimme. They gonna be like that even more. There's some people who not having money is, some people say the root to all evil is, the money is, some people say money is the root to all evil. I like to say not having money is the root to all evil as well. See, so they both to me work. It just depends on the individual. Sometimes some individuals, it depends on the person. But again, some people don't like to take accountability for their actions and like to blame the money. Nah, bro, blame your damn self. Sometimes money changes the person because that's what they truly was from the jump, but the money gave them an opportunity to be like that. You get what I mean? So we got to really like look at this from another perspective. But again, money is energy, man. But who agree with this clip? He was on point with some of it. I'm still gonna, I gotta go back and listen to him some more because I might have missed something. But I would just go ahead and say, like, sometimes I seen people who didn't have do the most to have. Why do some people say they sell their soul for riches? They wanted the money. They was down bad. There's artists who couldn't even afford nothing. Bro, everybody has been through the struggle. Not everybody, because some people born into the money. But most people been through the struggle, bro. And some people willing to sell everything they got. Sell they ass, literally. For money. But y'all let me know, bro. Y'all let me know. Let me know y'all thoughts.
Pay attention, y'all. The veil has lifted. Pay attention.
We partying with the extraterrestrials out here.
That's not just lights. The veil has lifted. That is not just lights.
You guys, what are these? Oh my god, people in the comments were saying that they're...
Peace, family. Okay, so listen. So, me personally, I'm not believing that those things are just the lights doing that, because it looks like they're high-key, low-key ghosts. And not only that, they're light beings. They are literally performing with people on the street, as they did in the past, family. You just cannot see them physically, in physical form, but you see their light bodies moving around. Everybody don't have lights in their hands around there. Think about that. A lot of those places where these things are, there is no light there. So y'all watch to the end. Tell me how y'all feel about this in the comments. I ran it back for y'all. I ran it back. Pay attention.
We partying with the extraterrestrials out here.
I love it. We are living in a great time, family. Let me know how y'all feel about this video in the comments. Knowledge is wisdom, and wisdom is power, people.
You guys, what are these?
Now that's facts. If I seen one of them, I'ma just be like, hey bro, you wanna take me back where y'all came from? Hey, let me see what your world like. Let me see what your planet like, bro. Let me come see what that's like. Pass this message down and I'm gonna bring it back, and yeah, let me see what you down here in our hood, bro. Let me see what your shit like. That's what I'm gonna be saying. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts, bro.
What I'm going to share with you guys is what we know to be real and true. And when I tell you this, I urge you to not restrict your thinking to technology. We've been collecting UAP data for more than 5 years with electromechanical signaling. We call this our dog whistle. What the technology is classified. Generally speaking, we see 3 to 5 different classifications of UAP per day during operations. To make sense of our data, we had to develop a lexicon, and we base it off of flight characteristics. Again, there are 9 different flights or classes, and some of these UAPs may be the same type of UAP under different flight configurations. But at this point, given their behavior, we are confident that they do not align with your typical extraterrestrial explanation. Again, each UAP has different characteristics. Some tumble, some spin, some flicker, some just look like a living being flying in the sky. UAPs are extremely hard to image. What is seen with the naked eye generally is not what is seen under camera, and we do not know why. Class 1 is the tetra. It usually spins, it tumbles, it looks like a black body. Sometimes it flickers multiple times per second. It appears to have a cloud or vapor around it. We've seen class 1s in formations up to 20 to 23 in a flock or formation. Classification 2 is known as a tic-tac, but I feel like I should go through classifications 2 through 9 in another video, so there will be a part 2.
So my cousin, thanks to my cousin, she was in the Navy. She was stationed actually in Virginia Beach, Norfolk, Virginia. And thanks to her, that's how I was able to like get to fully see what Virginia was like. Beautiful place. It's my second home. Shit, if anything, that's my first home. That's where I feel like I really was from. It felt like, yeah, felt at home. She told me, and this for anybody who was in the Navy. The Navy stands for never again volunteer yourself or your services. That's what she told me. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts on that. I hope she don't get in trouble for this because she was saying a lot. And I wonder if she's even able to say that and she's in her actual uniform. So I don't know if she'll get in trouble for that. I hope she don't. Appreciate the information. That just confirms everything we've talked about in the comments. When I told y'all in previous videos when I seen shit and then I get it on camera and the shit glitch out. And then I tell y'all we see this and we see that and it's lightning in one spot and then it looked like it was like energy was shooting and then it was shooting back to the man. Everything she just said damn near confirms a lot of the shit that I said, a lot of the shit that y'all said. Bro, this is crazy. It's just confirmation. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts. But I know y'all hate this part of the video, man. Y'all know we made it to the end of this. And if you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7. And this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps Collective grow, helps Collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But again, I wanted to make sure y'all, Collective, make sure y'all are checking y'all post notifications. I will post every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. Sometimes I might post on a Monday, a Wednesday, or a Friday. Might post 2 times in a day. It just depends. But make sure y'all have y'all post notifications on. But until I see y'all in the next one, y'all know what it is. We gone.
Ay, yeah, I just check my account. Sheesh, at the amount. You probably know what I'm